What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. By now, we all know about the Fani Willis ruling. We all know about it. We've heard of it. And some people are disgruntled about it. For me, it doesn't matter. But clearly, morally speaking, I think her career has taken a hit. I believe that nobody can take her that seriously anymore. But you know, the black church, which used to be the moral standing ground for the community, has shifted its position to always oblige buffoonery happening amongst its participants. We've seen this with Jamal Harrison Bryant meeting with a gay pastor and his husband, apologizing to them at a gay church. And of course, he caught a lot of slack for that. We know what the scriptures talk about in certain essences about certain sins is clear, but we have Pastor Jamal Harrison Bryant apologizing for certain things. And we also know about what the black church says about adultery, fornication, in the case of Fani Willis. But we have people in support of her, even though what she's doing is morally against the scriptures. You have people who have commented from the black church community after the case has been settled. Let me play that clip and then I'm going to come back.
Fulton County judge's warning of his possible gag order against DA Fani Willis following remarks she made at a church in January about the election interference case against former President Donald Trump. 11 Alive's Erica Murphy is taking a closer look at the judge's decision and Willis's remarks made at a Metro Atlanta church.
I was surprised that he admonished her for what she said at the church because it wasn't directly about these defendants.
Associate Professor John Acevedo, who teaches law at Emory University, says Judge Scott McAfee's criticism of comments Fulton County DA Fani Willis made at Big Bethel Church wasn't necessary, but he does admire the way the judge ruled. The judge ruling Willis could stay on the election interference case if Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade stepped down after defense attorneys alleged Willis and Wade were romantically involved and had financially benefited from Willis's appointing Wade to the case.
I think the decision really reflects his desire to end distractions in this case.
Parishioner Keith Burnett agrees McAfee's decision to allow Willis to remain was fair.
I felt like his decision was spot on because the people on the other side made it a moral thing and it wasn't a moral thing.
Willis was honored back in January as part of the church's annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration service and used her time in the pulpit to address the congregation about the hearing and challenges she's faced both personally and professionally.
I appointed 3 special counsel, as is my right to do, paid them all the same hourly rate. They only attacked one.
Burnett was there the day Willis's speech was delivered and says he was moved by it.
The fact is, she talked about demons, she talked about darkness, and she talked about the fact that she's doing her job and she did everything she could in her power to pick the right people.
In his ruling, the judge wrote that Willis's comments at the church about the case were legally improper and warned of a potential gag order against her in the future. Hours after the judge issued his ruling Friday, giving Willis the choice to stay on the case if Wade stepped down, Wade resigned. Reporting from Atlanta, Erica Murphy, 11 Alive News.
So what I am interested here is this, because she shouldn't have been talking about this case anyway at Bethel AME, Big Bethel AME. That's why the judge wanted to put a gag order on it. But the reality is that Fani Willis knows this and she does it anyway. And she does it anyway because, well, I can do whatever I want. And if that is the black church's perspective, AME Church, you've seen Church of God in Christ. It's become a fashion show. It's very colorful, if you will. Then here's what I'm also going to tell the black church. Don't ever believe you are going to get men there to help you, to build anything, right? The consequence that you're going to pay is a reduction of even more talented, hardworking African-American men who are going to be community-oriented. Good job. Then you're going to try to say there's no men in the church. There's no men in the community. It's all black men's fault because there's no accountability. And black men understand one thing in black America, that you cannot hold women accountable. We all know that. All right. Any attempt at doing such means that you hate women, you disrespect women, you hate your mother. So black men understand that. So that's why black men, many guys who can identify with being Christian, don't want to even set foot on a church or in a church parking lot, because we know, all right, that you're not going to be able to be a leader. You have so many men, black men in general, converting to either atheism or Islam, because both things would have more masculinity than you would have in the black church. Many men feel like you need to be of another sexuality to even have some level of respect in the black church. It's definitely open season on that. That is for sure. And everything that has to do with things that violate biblical principle, hey, the black church is going to support it. Then when you get every sort of thing going on there, you know, you have Jamal Harris and Brian and his BBL preachers. You have all of that foolishness going on. You have all that crap going on there. Fine. Then you deal with it. But make sure that don't try to call out men for not wanting to participate, because I'm going to tell you, they won't. Men hate things, vehemently hate things that are not organized. Men despise things that have no discipline. Men despise organizations and anything that deals with things that have no order, things that have no accountability. That's why you see a lot of men that are coaches. We cannot stand it, all right? They have no structure, no order. Men like order. Men like structure. Men like discipline. Men like boring things like that. So if you're going to represent something that doesn't have that, then you need to get away. I'll tell you who else likes it also. Women like it. That's why you're seeing so many women call things like this out. They're saying, hey, listen, we're tired of this. We really are tired of this. Hey, we need some order. We need some discipline in here. Okay? We need that. Where is it at? Why don't we have it? And guys don't want to talk about it, but it is so true. You know, so many ladies are just disgruntled. They're unhappy. They see what's going on. They're wondering why. Well, you know, you look at all these ladies like Fani Willis, Tiffany Henyard. Why do all these women have men that they're paying for? Okay. Then here's what also happens. The culture of disrespect that the black church is allowing to happen. You know who gets that a lot? Other women. How many times do you see young black women or women in general in churches that support people like Fani Willis or Tiffany Henyard or Monique Owens in East Point, Michigan, or Toya Cantrell? You want to know who they're disrespecting? Black women. It's because the church allows that disrespect to happen. And it happens in church too, meetings and everything. There's so much shade going on with sisters in church. Those of us who have been there know all about it. And it's continuously going to get worse. Men are going to run from the church even more. Okay? Even more. There is no way to have things without rules. Listen, the church has to have rules. If the lady says, listen, you're having sex, you're not married with this man, the church should have to say, listen, you're wrong. Plain blank. You don't give that person the ability to come up into your church and talk. That person doesn't deserve to be talking. That person is not married, unmarried, and you're having sex. Sit that person down, man or woman. Okay? There was a gay pastor out in North Carolina. I forgot this person here. He had a Bishop Damian Massey. Okay? Bishop Damian Massey was having an affair with one of his church members. Okay? He was having sexual intercourse with this man. All right? He's running around shouting all on YouTube, doing a little praise dance and all kind of stuff. But meanwhile, he's out here doing pornographic videos. All right? The man cries and cries and cries. I'm so sorry. Want to know what happened with the guy? Oh, yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened. The guy preached the next Sunday, back in the pulpit. How do you take somebody serious like that? Okay? No accountability. So guys, we think your boy D Jackson back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. Preacher Fire, you just heard a bell. We're out.